Get ready, sports fans, because the news cycle is absolutely exploding and the Roger Report is here to break it all down. We've got seismic shifts, unexpected showdowns, and players rewriting the record books. You think you know what's happening? Think again. We're diving headfirst into the action with updates you absolutely cannot miss. From the gridiron to the history books, the game is changing, and we've got the inside scoop. Stick around, because you're about to get the unmissable updates that will define the season. Don't go anywhere, you need to see this. First up, we're heading to the NFL, where a brand new head coach is stepping onto the biggest stage for his debut. This isn't just any debut, it's against one of the league's all-time greats, and the pressure is on from the very first snap. But the drama doesn't stop there. We're staying in the NFL to talk about a quarterback who's making waves with his new team. After a tumultuous past, he's not just playing well, he's sending a message loud and clear to his former club. This is more than just a game, it's a statement, and you'll want to hear exactly what he had to say after a massive win. And speaking of statements, we're going deeper into that very same NFL showdown. Was it just a good performance, or is this quarterback proving doubters wrong and silencing the critics who questioned his fit with his new team? We've got the full breakdown of how he orchestrated a thrilling comeback victory and what it means for the season ahead. Finally, we wrap up our NFL deep dive with the game that had everyone on the edge of their seats. A nail-biting finish, a game-winning kick, and a former star taking down his old team in a comeback for the ages. You won't believe how this one ended. And make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment. A new coach faces a legend. Talk about throwing a rookie head coach into the deep end. Sunday marks the head coaching debut for Aaron Glenn of the New York Jets, and the NFL has not made it easy. He's set to face off against Mike Tomlin, the 12th winningest coach in NFL history, and this is just the first hurdle in a brutal opening stretch. Glenn knows a thing or two about tough debuts, recalling his own daunting start as a player in 1994 against a gauntlet of Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Jim Kelly, John Elway, and Dan Marino. He admits the nerves will be there, but he's confident he can channel that energy, just as he did during his playing days, to focus on the task at hand. This challenge is immense. Glenn takes over a Jets franchise that's endured a long drought without a winning season. To make matters tougher, their first three opponents are all playoff teams from last year: the Steelers, Bills, and Buccaneers. Adding to the narrative, Aaron Rodgers, a quarterback with a history with the Jets, is looking to spoil Glenn's homecoming, fueled by a perceived slight from his departure. It's a high-pressure situation for Glenn, and his younger brother, former Jets linebacker Jason Glenn, noted that while the job is extremely challenging, Aaron's personality is a perfect fit for the intensity of New York. The Jets' struggles with injuries on the offensive line, particularly with first-round picks like Mekhi Becton and Elijah Vera Tucker, have been well documented. Vera Tucker's season-ending injury raises significant concerns about his future durability and contract extension with the team. Fans are hoping for a turnaround, but the team's history with injuries and building a dominant offensive line has been plagued by rotten luck. Meanwhile, cornerback Sauce Gardner expressed disappointment at not being voted a captain by his teammates, though he remains committed to leading by example. Despite the challenges, including a young roster and key players returning from injury like Jermaine Johnson, there's a glimmer of hope for a competitive season. Quarterback Justin Fields is poised to make his mark, potentially breaking rushing records for the franchise. Don't go anywhere, because the drama on the field is just heating up. Next, we're diving into the fiery post-game reactions from that very same Jets-Steelers showdown. Rodgers fires back at his former team. Well, Aaron Rodgers wasn't just playing, he was sending a message. In his debut with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the veteran quarterback delivered a stellar performance, leading his new team to a thrilling victory over his former club, the New York Jets. Rodgers completed 22 of 30 passes for 244 yards and threw 4 touchdowns, showcasing the kind of playmaking ability the Steelers were hoping for. After downplaying the matchup in the lead-up to the game, Rodgers didn't hold back once the win was secured. When asked about beating the Jets and their head coach, Aaron Glenn, Rodgers stated emphatically, "I'm just happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets." This comment comes after a difficult 2-year stint with New York, which was cut short by a season-ending Achilles injury in his first game and a subsequent release after a less-than-stellar team performance last season. The Steelers, who signed Rodgers to a 1-year deal, have been thrilled with his impact. Head coach Mike Tomlin praised his quarterback's performance, calling him game all day. The offense showed a significant improvement, scoring 34 points, a stark contrast to their struggles last season, where they eclipsed 30 points only 3 times. Rodgers has revitalized the passing game, spreading the ball effectively to a variety of receivers and demonstrating leadership that has energized the team. But was this just a one-off performance, or is Rodgers proving something bigger? Coming up next, we dissect Rodgers' post-game comments and explore how he's silencing his critics in Pittsburgh. Rodgers silences doubters in Steelers' debut. There were plenty of questions when Aaron Rodgers signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, particularly about how he would mesh with offensive coordinator Arthur Smith's run-heavy scheme. Could the veteran quarterback thrive in an offense different from what he's led throughout his career? The answer, after Week 1, is a resounding yes. Rodgers delivered a vintage performance in his first game under Smith, throwing for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns on 22 of 30 passing. He went toe-to-toe with the Jets' Justin Fields in a dramatic contest, ultimately securing a 34-32 victory and quieting the noise surrounding his supposed inability to coexist with Smith. There's a lot of garbage being talked about myself or Arthur Smith or whatever out there how we're going to coexist, Rodgers stated after the game. We've got a great relationship. He called a really good game. I gotta play a little better in spots, but happy to be 1-0. The game was a back-and-forth affair, with Rodgers consistently driving the Steelers down the field to answer every Jets score. He orchestrated the game-winning drive, culminating in a field goal that secured the 1-0 start. While Rodgers may not possess the same mobility he did in his prime, his performance demonstrated he still has plenty left in the tank. His connection with Smith in their first outing was seamless, setting a positive tone for the season ahead. And that thrilling comeback victory wasn't short on drama. Stick around as we break down the final moments of that intense Steelers-Jets game. Steelers stage dramatic comeback over Jets. What a start to the NFL season. The Pittsburgh Steelers, led by their new quarterback Aaron Rodgers, pulled off a stunning 34-32 comeback victory against Rodgers' former team, the New York Jets, in a game that came down to the wire. Chris Boswell's incredible 60-yard field goal with under 2 minutes remaining sealed the dramatic win at MetLife Stadium. Rodgers had a fantastic outing, completing 22 of 30 passes for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns, moving him up the all-time touchdown list. The game was a seesaw battle, with the Jets holding a narrow lead at halftime, fueled by their strong rushing attack. Despite the Jets' early success, Rodgers kept the Steelers in contention with 2 first-half touchdown passes. The Steelers' offense found another gear in the third and fourth quarters, scoring 14 points in under a minute. A touchdown pass from Rodgers to Jaylen Warren, followed by a fumble recovery on the ensuing kickoff that led to another Rodgers touchdown pass to Calvin Austin, gave Pittsburgh the lead. Although the Jets managed to retake the lead with a touchdown from Justin Fields, Boswell's clutch field goal and a subsequent defensive stop by Jalen Ramsey secured the victory for the Steelers. While Rodgers faced pressure from the Jets' pass rush, including 4 sacks, he ultimately proved resilient. The Steelers' offensive line, however, struggled, giving up significant pressure and failing to establish a consistent running game. On the other side, the Jets' defense, which has been a strength in recent years, faltered in crucial moments, allowing big plays and struggling to contain the Steelers' aerial attack. Despite the loss, Justin Fields showed promise, leading the Jets' offense effectively for much of the game. That's all the NFL action we have for you today, but the excitement doesn't stop here. Get ready for a rapid-fire recap of all the biggest stories we covered. And that's a wrap on another electrifying episode of the Rodger Report. We saw Aaron Glenn make his head coaching debut for the Jets against a legend, Aaron Rodgers silence his doubters and get revenge on his former team with a massive win, and the Steelers pull off a thrilling comeback victory thanks to a historic field goal. What a day in sports. Don't miss out on any of the action. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, drop a comment below telling us your biggest takeaway from today's show, and give us a follow on all our social media channels to stay connected. We'll see you next time.